Today we're going to be listening to Revolver, which at this very moment, Revolver is my #1 favorite Beatles album of all time. Let me know where Revolver ranks on your list. And we're starting right out the gate with a numero uno, because our vocal is Harrison on Taxman. And so for the last few albums, I've been doing a top 3. With Revolver, that's a joke. I'm not gonna do a top 3, I'm doing a top 5 because that's just how it's gonna go. And this is off to a perfect start because Taxman is in fact in my top 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let me tell you how it will be. 'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax. Should 5% appear too small? Yeah, I'm the tax man. You try to tax your seat.
Instant joy, instant satisfaction. It's so playful. I love the satirical nature of this song because it's absolutely a social commentary. Very, very true, very relatable. All taxpayers can definitely agree with every line in this song. And right now, I'm definitely feeling the if you're cold, I'll tax the heat. Another thing that I thought of when I was listening to this song is that I used to do musical improv, and in the format of the show, there's a section where there's a villain song. So like the villain of the musical improv play gets their own solo moment, and I feel like this would be so perfect. This is such a villain song. A great general observation and a perfectly articulate commentary and criticism on the way our establishments work.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
They're hooking us up with the perfectly casual intro into the entire album, actually, not just for the song. We're made aware that we're about to step into a very playful realm.
Let me tell you how it will be. 19 for me. Yeah, the tax man.
That nasal delivery of that harmony and the way that that slide is incorporated in there, which they're known to do that very well. They use that playful energy to add to this villainous taxman character.
Thankful I don't take it. The tax man.
And that steady guitar that's going on is so amazing. It's incredible. It's almost acting like a supporting character, like it's one of the henchmen to the taxman.
If you try to tax your seat, take a walk, I'll tax your feet.
That section of call and response, of question and answer is so brilliant because it feels like it loops around. It feels like it comes in one ear and then the response is coming in from the other. And the guitar solo is just the cherry on top because it feels like it's the taxman reveling in all of his glory. And even though this would be the villain song, notice that it's actually major and it's happy. It has a generally happy tone. Harrison's portrayal of this taxman villain character is so spot on because while he does that, he is also placing the audience in a character of the taxpayer.
Step right up. It is exciting to get screwed over.
And I love that build-up that is provided by the drum. So the first time I ever heard Taxman, I couldn't just listen to it one time. I had to listen to it 10 times in a row before even getting on to the next song, which brings us to #2, Eleanor Rigby. Our vocal is McCartney. And yes, you might have guessed, we have a back-to-back top 5 song selection. Taxman is in my top 5, and so is Eleanor Rigby.
Look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby picks up the lives in a dream, waits at the window. Where do they all come from? Father Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon. No one comes near. What does he care? All the lonely people. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried again. Wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from the grave. No one was saved. All alone. Where do they all belong?
So the common thread coming from Taxman to Eleanor Rigby is that we're realizing, oh, these songs are a little bit deeper than, maybe some of the songs in the past. This isn't just about love. This is about an observation on humanity, on how systems work, on how people work, how the outer systems work, and how our inner systems work, how we function. We all face loneliness in one way or another. And on top of that, it might not even only be about loneliness, but about the fact that certain dreams and certain wishes that we have sometimes are never met. Sometimes reality flattens what we want for ourselves and for other people. Obviously, Eleanor Rigby didn't get the happily fantasy ever after that she was looking for.
Look at all the lonely people.
I also love the idea that there are only strings going on in this song, and yes, vocals included.
Eleanor Rigby, a church where a wedding has been.
I love the whole entire string arrangement. I love the violins and the violas, and then we get even deeper with the cellos, and I love how some of the strings are played so percussively.
Wearing the face that you keep.
And then we get halftime right there.
Who is it for? Where do they all come from? Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear.
It's almost like he's wasting all of his energy and all of his time. And then that makes me very reflective and think, wow, in the end, is everything anyone does just a waste of energy and a waste of time?
It gets really existential.
Hiding his socks in the night when there's nobody there.
I love how there's so many contrasting lines going on, and we're just in this ball of confusion. You can hook onto any line and just be taken on an amazing, incredible journey. And then you can choose a different line to listen to the next time around and be taken to a completely different place.
Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Oh, look at all the lonely people. Died in the church and was buried along with their name. Where do they all belong?
This is one of those moments where we're revealed a truth or we're given an answer that only leads to 5 million more questions. Our road through mental torture has only just begun because we've arrived at song number 3, I'm Only Sleeping, and our vocalist John, and yes, here we have again another song in the top 5.
When I wake up early in the morning, float upstream, only sleeping. I don't mind, things are crazy, they're way fine. There's no need, I'm out away, and after all. Keeping an eye at my window, sleepy feeling. Another world going by my window, still yawning when I'm in the middle of a dream. Please don't wake me now, don't shake me.
The name is so suiting as the sound is so dreamy. I'm Only Sleeping. Of course, that's the perfect sound for this song. Feels like this is where they start playing with the rewind. And even the title alone, I'm Only Sleeping, begs the age-old question of, is this all nothing but a dream?
When I wake up early in the morning,
So even though this song is obviously the furthest thing from a folksy, country, bare, acoustic sounding song, there's still a heavy emphasis on the acoustic sound in the acoustic guitars, of course. And I think that's to highlight the simplicity of life, or what's supposed to be simple.
Stay in bed, float upstream.
The oohs and the backing vocals are beautiful. That adds to the dreamy element of the song.
Everybody seems to think I'm lazy, running everywhere at such a speed.
There is that backwards, reversed sound that's really eerie but sweet, where it's alluring and intriguing, but it sounds twisted. On a first listen of this song, you think that's where the song ends, then you're hit with this big surprise. And the incredible thing about this song is that it can hit you as a surprise even if it's your billionth listen. And this is one of my favorite parts of the song, the keep it alive. And every time it still catches me off guard. But they know what they're doing, okay? It's intentional. They give us that final strum to make it sound like a chapter is being closed, or that's final word has been said. And then
Bam, they pull us back around.
after a little bit of hesitation to mess with us. We are heavily led by the bass line in this song. At least I really tend to favor it here. And perhaps that reversal manipulation sound can be trying to tap into that feeling that you get when you're falling into a dream, or you're drifting in and out where you're not quite awake or you're not asleep. It's just this state of confusion. There was a yawn in there. This is the first time I've ever heard this, and I've listened to the song plenty. I think I heard, it was indistinct, but I heard words, and then I heard a yawn, and then that happened. So beautiful, lovely, yet haunting. And maybe this was the Beatles' run at practicing magic and hypnosis, because after every time I listen to I'm Only Sleeping, I feel really sleepy. I'm ready to go to bed right now. This is the perfect remedy to insomnia.
Maybe.
We made it to numero 4, and it's Love You Too. Harrison is our vocal. So here he is, the king of the numero 4 has returned to his throne, and we're ready to embrace it. So many tempo and rhythm things in this song, just gorgeous. I have a lot of Eastern and Indian instruments, at least an emphasis on them. You know, there's the sitar in there, and if I'm correct, there's the tambura. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I know that that instrument appeared in Across the Universe, and a lot of that magical, beautiful sound was pulling through in this song. So I think my ear wanted to make that connection. So many amazing things going on here. It's very mellow and soothing. Flip of rhythm where that pacing is rapid. This song runs, at least in the instrumentation.
They just go so fast. You don't get time to hang a sign on me.
And the vocal is beautiful. What a gorgeous, gorgeous tone George Harrison has. But the vocal is lagging and drags a bit more. It's held out.
A lifetime is so short. It's such a lot to me. They could all day long.
There's no surface level things happening on this album. No, what I'm getting from the lyrics is that our time on this earth, whether we want it to be or not, is limited. It's short. And while we're here, we need to make the most of it, and we need to really do what we want to do because time is running, much like the instrumentation in this song. That has to be one of my favorite moments in this song. I'm gonna replay that because, wow.
All the things you see.
From this point on to the end, it just keeps getting faster and faster. Number 5 is Here, There, and Everywhere, Vocal Paul, and this is the 4th song on my top 5 of Revolver.
Lead a better life. I need my love to heal. Making each step, changing my life with a wave of the hand. Deny that there's something there. Running my hands through it. Someone is speaking, but she doesn't know. Want her everywhere. And if she's beside me, but to love her is to hear, love is to share. Love never dies, hoping I'm always there. No, I need never care. Love never dies, watching her I'm there. And everywhere, and everywhere.
I want to so badly find a way to make this song make it into my top 10 favorite all-time Beatles songs because I mean, from the finger snaps to the essence where this could be the most beautiful and the most polished, refined Bee Gees type song of all time, I can definitely see where the Bee Gees might be pulling some inspiration from this specific sound of the Beatles right here with Here, There, and Everywhere. It's so beautiful, very light, very head voicey. And the oohs in the background vocals kind of give off like professional ghost singers. It feels like just cute little ghosts singing along. Here, There, and Everywhere actually couples very well with I'm Only Sleeping. I've found that those two songs are the parallels of how well Michelle and Girl go together in Rubber Soul.
Lead a better life, love to be here.
That intro makes me feel like I'm Alice and I've just fallen down the rabbit hole. So throughout that intro, we're just falling. Then when we hit the ground, we're in Wonderland. Let's talk about our instrumentalists here, because I did touch on the beauty of the vocals, very light, such a beautiful delivery, but same deal with the instruments. What a beautiful touch that's happening. So masterful, so sweet, and like
Gooey.
like not real, setting the tone for this magical, mystical land. There's so much delicacy in the playing.
Nobody can running my hands through her hair. Is there? I want her everywhere. He'd never care. But to love.
And our focal shift over to the guitar in this section is so strategic, so astonishing.
But to love her is to hear her everywhere. Each one believing that love never dies.
I want her everywhere. I want her everywhere. So that line is so special, at least to my ear, melodically, because it's going upward. I want her everywhere. And that sensation of this upward notion, and speaking of a want or a goal, is like we're reaching upward toward what we want to achieve. And at first we're going up chromatically, I want, and then the next is a full step, and those are 2 steps up, and then we have a skip. We have our first third right at the end, everywhere, and then we're back down. I want her everywhere.
Knowing that love is to share, that love never dies.
This moment of harmony right here is quite possibly why Here, There, and Everywhere has been my #1 favorite Beatles song of all time many different times. I'm not declaring that it is at this moment, but it has been.
Watching their eyes,
Just that walk down.
could be there, here, there, and everywhere.
No! It didn't need to end, but it did. Second to last, we've got Yellow Submarine. Our vocal is Star, and seeing that I already reacted to the Yellow Submarine album, which if you haven't checked that out, I will link that below. We already gave a reaction to Yellow Submarine song together, so we're just gonna sit tight, quiet, and just listen to the song and enjoy it.
In the town where I was born, in the land of submarines, till we found the sea of green, a yellow submarine, yellow submarine,
Oh!
yellow submarine,
Woo!
yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all
Definitely plenty to love. Definitely see the charm of the song, or rather, I hear the charm in the song. Lovely Rita, Martha My Dear, When I'm 64, Octopuses Garden. I feel like that's a whole playlist, including Yellow Submarine. Like they exist in the same fun, balloon, bubble, fantasy, kind of childlike, very pastel world. Lots of mint greens, lots of baby sky blues and baby pink. My night gets a little bit colder as I come to the realization that we are at the final song on this side, which is She Said, She Said. Our vocal is Lennon, so we're in for a good time. Confession time. So the first time I ever heard the song, not sure how I felt about it, and probably leant more on the side of didn't understand it and didn't really care to understand it. And then as that week went on and I would listen to the song more and more, I found it really growing on me, and now I'm to the point where I really love it. I hear its open, ringing nature. The key is
Not the easiest identifiable property.
Of this song. It's a little bit clouded in there, but the tempo is what really drives this song to me. I really like its tampering with the rhythm quite a bit. It's really fun. And with that guitar, we have that very strong rock presence, very forward right away. But the vocal is very opposite of that very forward guitar. We have a counterpoint where the vocal is pushed to the back. It feels like it's mixed in very well, like a hidden layer. And I said, "Who put all those things in your head?" That's like one of the greatest lyrics that the Beatles have. Here's where the rhythm gets played with. It feels like we're moving from a 4/4 time signature into something else, perhaps a 3/4 more waltz time. The instruments work really well together in this song. I really love how everything comes together. It's beautiful. But at first, that Hammond organ, that sound made me feel like I had tinnitus in my ear, something was going wrong, but it does create this overarching, very star-like sound, which is really, really nice and enjoyable. Thank you for spending this time with me and listening to this beautiful, God-sent side. Really, I love Revolver so much, and 4/5 of my top 5 were on side 1, so I really enjoyed this as well. I'm really excited to listen to side 2 together, and I'm working on that top 10 list, so thank you to everyone who sent me their top 10. Keep them coming and keep the explanations coming. I really love reading those. They give me a lot of insight, and it's just really fun to read them and to hear from you. I hope that you keep enjoying your January and that you keep setting 2022 off to the right start. See you next time.